Where are you at, the Arsenal fans that have been criticizing the club of Arsenal? Second signing is in. Christian Nørgaard to Arsenal. Here we go. Pronounced by Fabrizio Romano. Then we are also having a Jakobsben confirmation, and also another confirmation coming in through from the man himself, known as David Austin. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? I know you're watching us from by the names of Rokani. David, smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel because you want to hit the figure of 30,000 subscribers. And late, obviously, continue to see to it that all goes on well as planned. Now, another here we go for the club of Arsenal. Remember, the first here we go for Arsenal was all about Martin Zubimendi, and looks like the most important region or department where Arsenal need to reinforce immediately was the midfield, because they're having two players leaving, that is Thomas Partey and Jorginho. So Christian Nørgaard, Fabrizio Romano coming in through today saying that Arsenal have gone ahead to put in their first proposal. The video I've just gone ahead to make, and then we've gone ahead to see another big story of a here we go. Fabrizio Romano came up and told us that personal terms had gone ahead to be agreed some 1-2 hours ago, and I think you can be my witnesses. In the first video I've gone ahead to upload today, I've told you that Arsenal are set to see to it that all goes on well onto their side, because if they've gone ahead to put in the proposal, that means they want to get the deal done and dusted. Now, Fabrizio Romano, someone back, said Arsenal and Christian Nørgaard have reached an agreement on personal terms as player wants the move. Brentford informed of players' decision as club-to-club talks continue. Get the deal done over 10 million euros after opening bid was put in. Now, when you look at Nørgaard at the side of Brentford, he was let me see here. At the side of Brentford, Christian Nørgaard was earning 40,000 pounds per week. You understand? Now, I think he comes in through at Arsenal, and I know Arsenal is obviously going to be multiplying his salary by a minimum of, right? By a minimum of 2 to 3. He has to be earning 100,000 pounds plus, and I know very soon they will tell us that his salary has been revealed. But I think at 100,000 pounds per week and 120,000 pounds a week, Christian Nørgaard is not really badly off if you really know what he's all about. That is it. So, what has gonna obviously happen to the side of Arsenal is really miraculous, and that's what I tell you, that it's not obviously gonna come that easy. So, Arsenal have gone ahead to really see to it that this deal really comes to pass. After agreeing personal terms, we had a story coming in through from a man himself, known as David Austin. Arsenal close to agreement with Brentford for Christian Nørgaard. Deal not done, but heading in the direction after 11 million euro offer. Brentford FC midfielder wants Arsenal, and main target as experienced and PL and Premier League ready option amid Jorginho, Thomas Partey exits. Then he added and said, Arsenal in process of finalizing agreement with Brentford to sign Christian Nørgaard. Dialogue continues between Arsenal and Brentford midfielder over contract length at Emirates Stadium. Medical for 31-year-old Denmark international being planned. That is it. Then Fabrizio Romano came up with the 3 magical words that most of you have been waiting for. Christian Nørgaard to Arsenal. Here we go. Agreement done club to club after 11 million euro proposal sent today. Personal terms also agreed with Nørgaard, said for medical. Brentford have authorized the player to travel. New midfielder to replace Thomas Partey. That's what we got in from Fabrizio Romano. As Nørgaard, here we go to Arsenal announcement gets to be made. Then we get onto this story of Jakobsben. Arsenal have agreed a £10 million plus 5 million pounds fee with Brentford for Christian Nørgaard. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta is the driving force behind the move, and it comes in light of both Jorginho and Partey leaving on a free transfer. That is it. So you now know exactly what you're talking about, right? The club of Arsenal has gone ahead to agree a £10 million, that is guaranteed fees, and £5 million. And when you look at Nørgaard and how much they sign him, you know, to join Brentford, I tell you what, Brentford is set to make huge amount of money this season. You understand? You know, because when you look at Nørgaard, he was a player before he came to the side of Brentford. He was playing for Fiorentina. You understand? So when you look at the amount of money they bought him, it is really very, 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 very good for the side of Brentford, because for Brentford, it really makes sense for what business they're really doing. You understand? So when he was coming in through from Fiorentina, he came in through for £3.17 million, and looks like Brentford have gone ahead to make a profit of close to £7 million for really getting in this player. And if you've been following him up in the Premier League, he's a joy to watch. He has a very good technical ability. His game awareness is really great. And for me, what I've gone ahead to love about him are the interceptions that he makes. And very soon, I'm going to be dropping a big video on why Arsenal have gone ahead, obviously, signed this guy. And I think I should do some verses. I should verse him with Zubimendi. I should verse him with Declan Rice, because they all play as number 6s and number 8s. You understand? Meaning that they can play as CDMs. They can also play as box-to-box midfielders. So now Arsenal is like Chelsea and Man City, meaning that the game of football is really revolving, that you need to be having a midfielder who can really play in different positions. For example, when you look at Man City, Chelsea, Caicedo, Romelu Lavia, and Enzo Fernandez, all those three midfielders can play as CDMs, and they can play as box-to-box midfielders. You understand? Man City have Rodri, they have Nico Gonzalez, you know, they have Kovacic, Matas Nunes. You understand? All those can do that job. Even Ray Enders can also go ahead and really get that done and dusted, I tell you. So Arsenal's gone ahead to get themselves a very good player, and I know he's obviously going to be fitting to that club very, very well. And one thing you need to know is that Mikel Arteta has been pushing for this deal, because I think he has watched him in the Premier League and he has been the driving force behind the move, and it comes in light after Partey and Jorginho are really leaving. So him being the driving force, meaning he had to convince Andre Bartha that we need this player. And he had to talk to them differently, and they had to see to it that they do the due diligence to obviously deliver the player. And by the way, for the price that he's on, you know, £10 million guaranteed fees, that is really a bargain for the club of Arsenal. But most of you are like, would have gone ahead to get in another midfielder. And you need to balance up the board. When you're having players like Declan Rice, who is like, I think, 25, you've gone ahead to bring in Zubimendi, who is 26. You can't bring in another midfielder who is in the morning of his career and also add him to these other people who have just gone ahead to hit their prime, because this other midfielder who is in the morning of his career will be pursuing for more playing game time. Declan Rice and Zubimendi will also be doing the needful to obviously say, if you don't play us, we want to go. But Christian Nørgaard will obviously do the needful to say to it that he keeps at the club of Arsenal even when he gets playing time or not, because for him, he's the evening of his career, and this comes in as a miracle for him and his family and his other people that he really works with around, because going to Arsenal at the age of 31, guys, it doesn't come that easy. You need to be that special player, and he has been doing a lot of things in the Premier League. As I told you, that he has played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons in the Premier League, meaning that he's Premier League ready, and that's one of the reasons why the manager of Arsenal was really the driving force to get this deal done and dusted. Now, guys, your thoughts onto Christian Nørgaard to Arsenal? Here we go. Welcome in the comment section below. Second signing after Zubimendi. What are your thoughts about the second signing for the club of Arsenal? We're out for now. Bye-bye. See you, my mates. I love you. I love you.